Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Melody from Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It Homestead. Gonna give you a garden tour. We had some terrible storms this entire week, and I have tomato plants that are falling over. I have tomato that's splitting right there. This split right there. Just a mess. And yeah, I'm gonna have to pin up a bunch of tomatoes because the wind got them. The storm actually got them. And this is the first tomato bed, looking terrible. This would not be looking like this if I lived closer. Some are completely leaning that way, tomatoes on the ground. I'm seeing a lot of this. Not that it's not edible, you just would cut it off. I'm thinking about taking these big ones off, putting on the windowsill at home because I'm afraid that they're going to split even more. So a lot of pinning up and pinning back of tomatoes. The storm did a doozy. Same here. It's like the wind kind of blew it that way. But tomatoes on here that are splitting. So all this needs to come off. These need to be pruned. And, what scissors, see what I can do. I have tomatoes sitting on the ground. That one there, if you can see it, is rotted. This has been about a week, I guess, since Chris did. He hijacked my garden tour. Didn't tell me he was coming here. But, yeah, I need to do some major work on a fairly quickly time because my friend brought me down here and he has work tomorrow. My friend John, but this is what these tomato beds are looking like. Look at this. Now it's possible you can cut it off, but these are, yeah, that one's not too bad. So that might be what I do, is take all the ripe tomatoes off, get off all these dead, and see if I can salvage these plants. I'm embarrassed because where I used to live is across the street from here, and this would have never looked like this. When you have a garden in full swing, you should be here every day, and I can't. So just keeping it real with y'all and showing you what is going on for this week's garden tour. Lots of tomatoes. I'm probably going to pick them, and me and my friend are going to pin them back the best that we can. Like that fell. These are huge. I might take them off, but I mean, I literally, there's some big boys down there. I have to dig through, but I have to try to get this all the way back up again. I did try to do a video on the GoPro Hero 7 for this week's garden tour, and I can't get it to turn off. They don't give you any instructions with that thing. So that's that tomato bed right there, which is a hot mess. Hot mess bed number 2 I need to fix. This is the pepper beds. Not looking too shabby. They're looking pretty good. I have to deadhead off some of the basil, and I've already picked 2 eggplants. I'll pick some of that. So that pepper bed isn't looking too bad, and I have to deadhead my marigolds. So I do have to do that. But look at this sunflower that I planted. You have a head there, with a tomato plant growing up in between. Head there, multiple heads up top. I'm trying to see if this one here, I'm not even as tall as this, is just starting to open. So it's multiple heads. I'm trying to remember when I planted. There's heads everywhere. It's a shame to miss out on this. But due to my circumstances, it is what it is. So this is what's going on with the tomato beds. Like I said, that pepper bed's not too bad. Right here, that one's not doing too bad. I harvested 1 sunflower head because it was completely yucky. This, I think, is the Spanish midget. And as you can see, I will be pulling that one out today as well. There was lots of zinnias in here, but I just think somebody's cutting them all. But this is the wild and crazy. And look at how tall that is. I don't know if you can tell. Well, I'd have to turn you around, but I only come up to here on this plant, sunflower. Have to think for a second. Sugar pumpkin is still there. Some of these squashes, zucchinis, and cucumbers, there was none when I came down here. But look at what I found. There's ladybugs in here, which is awesome. But there's the okra that I planted. I have okra growing in Pennsylvania, folks. I'm going to try to clean this up, plant maybe a few more seeds. Butternut squash. Sorry about the shadow right there. I don't know what these are, but they're kind of orange. And that should be in the cucumber patch. So yeah, vining out here, looking a little disformed. That looks good. So maybe might pull this down, put fresh seeds in it. That's something that I wanted to discuss, and that is extend your growing period. So I will have to go through all this and plant some more seeds. There's the butternut squash, trellis. There are a couple baby. This is Cocozella. So I did bring some seeds with me. Just trying to let you see how a mess the gardens are and what this storm did to it. But I found my okra and volunteer currant tomato plant. This I'm not really sure, but it's finding up the sunflower. That's that bed. I think the the rattlesnake pole beans, I just saw one or two. I think that they're in. I'm going to pick out the endive. Maybe some more spring lettuce I'll pick out. The kale is doing fine. Sugar snap peas are not. So I might pick everything off of that and just rip it right out. Actually getting some weeds in a section where I planted some seeds that didn't germinate yet. But that's probably because the heat here has been terrible. Oregano, more beans, you can see that. So we have a lot of beans to pick. I'm just really concerned about my tomato plants. I have to pin them all back and try to cut off all of the dead. This is the wildflower bed. I showed you that one already. Those two tomato beds need some serious help. Let's see what's going on with the carrots and the onions. Not too shabby. I snipped these. In case you didn't know this, someone told me it. Hopefully it works. But if you snip it, you will get a bigger head around the bottom. So yes, there's a few weeds in my carrot bed that need to come out. So the carrots are looking pretty good considering I was going to sacrifice them. And there's more of the onion seeds that I planted from Castle Hives. And yeah, they all germinated. And these are parsnips. I'm not sure if they're too close, but I will dig in here in a little bit and see what's going on. My other tomato pepper bed, we have man down, more tomato plants that are down. So that is going to be this week's tour. And that is going to be to try to clean these up and pin the tomato plants up, maybe plant some more seeds while I'm here. So as many videos as I can give you, I absolutely will. Please subscribe, smash that like button. And unfortunately, that is this week's garden tour. It is a hot mess, but love you guys. Subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will be talking to you soon. God bless.